We continue on with SBC Goal Sphere. Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, Ghana. Their group concluded. Portugal finished first. And moving on alongside them in second place is South Korea, who finished above Uruguay on goal difference. And Ghana head home. Emran, I'm gonna let you go first. Go attack what angle you want with this group. Whatever. What game, what angle, whatever.
First thing I want to say, like teams like Portugal, they rested the whole team. They're basically, except like Ronaldo played and a few other players. But they just rested.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
No. Let me make my point.
They played 5
Okay,
starters.
cool. But teams like for the teams to play the best team last have a big advantage. Like we've seen that throughout this tournament.
Yes, bro. I've been saying that, bro. The Brazil group, the France group, you realize Tunisia almost got back into qualification because
until Australia won.
Australia only needed had to win, but a draw should have been good enough. France didn't rest their players, but they rested their players and brought Tunisia back in. Australia ended up winning that game, so they were fortunate, but still, like Germany, honestly, if we're being 100% honest, Germany got kind of screwed in that department too, because Spain rested players against Japan. It goes on.
So South Korea got lucky in that aspect, but still got to give them credit. They beat a good Portugal are talented. They're deep and
lucky.
Yeah, but in the Uruguay game, I mean Ghana were pretty good to start, and then like that penalty just deflated them. I feel like Andre Ayew missing that kind of deflated them, and Uruguay.
I think
just
Uruguay
on top of them.
Far better. Look, I think Uruguay is a much better team than getting eliminated in the group stages. I had them going to the final and all, and I admit I was wrong. I'm safe enough to admit I was wrong about them and all that, but there was chances that they had. There was chances that they had throughout these group stages that they are kind of look back on, because Uruguay, ever since they took over on Diego Alonso, they've been number one defensively solid. Not kind of pragmatic, but not too pragmatic. But with the players that they got up front, they take advantage of their moments. The moments, and those moments did not go their way this tournament. They hit the post twice against South Korea. Against Portugal, they sit and stay solid, soak in the pressure, and then they break on an opportunity. Bentancur gets in behind. It's literally a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He doesn't slide that in the back of the net. That completely changes the game. Not only that, the way that they're defensively solid, the way they concede to Portugal is the worst way to concede. A cross where a player, Ronaldo, tricks the goalkeeper into thinking he's going to head it and distracts the goalkeeper in the ball going. Out of all the possible ways to conceding that way. And then, they got their chances. Suarez near post, Ariascata got in behind the defense on one play. They hit the post on another. It was a very unfortunate set of events. And then this Ghana game here, honestly, that's the first game that they showed their class, because I thought after that penalty missed, they were completely all over them, and they played very, very well in that game. But another big thing I have to say is they needed one goal. They needed one more goal to move on, and they had ample opportunities to get that goal, because Ghana was pushing for those equalizers for those goals to equalize too, even though that they were down 2. Ghana was putting players up, and there was so much space in that last 10 minutes for Uruguay to attack. Yes, Uruguay players were very, very tired, but there was so much space and so many opportunity. There was so much space for them to take advantage, to get that third goal, to see them through on goal differential, and they couldn't get that done. And 2 more points I'm going to say about Uruguay. They were completely robbed by the referees in that Ghana game. There was 2 penalties. The Nunez one is a clear penalty. The Cavani one, I didn't think it was a penalty at first, but when I see it again, he does get clipped. It is a penalty, but especially
his leg might have caught him.
The Nunez one is a disgrace. I mean, I think it was Amarty. Amarty just completely, he's holding on to him. He clips him. The Nunez one was a joke. It was a penalty. They were completely robbed by the referees. At the end of the game, their behavior was a little bit too much, but I understand the frustration, because for me,
you're gonna be emotional in that situation, but still unexcusable. But anyways,
and another thing I want to add before to conclude Uruguay, and it is very unfortunate that they are getting eliminated from this group stage. They are a small country compared to other South American powers. They're 4 or 5 million, I believe. You know, it's not that many. I'm not making no excuse for them, but they don't develop like these super teams like Spain have, like Brazil have, like Germany have. They don't develop those super teams, but they still have a good footballing culture. So they always have those 3 to 4 very, very good superstar top class players, you know, and usually every single tournament, to make the runs into the knockout stage, to make the deep run that they make in 2010, they always had those 1 or 2 top level players that they had for this country perform for them. When it was 2010, it was Suarez and Forlan. 2014, Suarez. 2018, Cavani. 2022, it was supposed to be Nunez time, and I think Nunez did not even.
Valverde too.
Yeah, Valverde was a bit better. He was a bit, you know.
Midfielder is harder to.
When Nunez is attack, Nunez is the guy with all the goal scoring, you know, thing. And I don't think he lived up to those top class Uruguayans that perform in these top tournaments. I was very, very disappointed in Darwin Nunez tournament, not getting the ball in the back of the net. Against Portugal, I thought he was a disaster, complete disaster. Me overall, I was very, very disappointed with Nunez. I thought he was the next upcoming performer for Uruguay at the tournaments, like Forlan was in 2010, Suarez in 2014, Cavani 2018. Didn't see that from Nunez.
Yeah. Going back to this game, I feel like at one point they had like a 2-goal lead and they were kind of like just chilling, just trying to keep the win. I think that kind of played against them because when what's the team? South Korea scored and now they had to win the game. So that also played a part in them not getting 3 goals, I feel like.
And I mean, if that's the case, if that was complacency, they got no one to blame but themselves, including the coaching staff, because you got to be aware of the situations. You know, South Korea and Portugal is 1-1. You got to be aware that, you know, South Korea score 1 more. You know, we're screwed. You know, like even I was watching yesterday, bro. This World Cup, you know, things are going by fast. Yesterday, when I was watching that Spain game, there was a 3-minute, you know, period. No, not 3 minutes. So like a 5-minute period.
It was around 3,
where like they were gonna get eliminated, and I guess it didn't get to them because there was no sense of urgency at all. And even when Germany scored, you know, there was still no urgency to say, oh, maybe in case Costa Rica score another one, let's get this equalizer. There was no urgency. There was no like desperation, you know. I
think they get the info though, because
of course they get the info.
Eventually.
They get the info.
It's just like the player.
They get the info right away. Bro, Luis Suarez got the info right away that South Korea scored. As soon as South Korea scored, he's out here he's out here crying like, oh my God, look at this scoreboard and stuff. They got it. It's disappointing for Uruguay, very disappointing, because they're a better team than getting knocked out of the group stages, you know. But I mean, honestly, they got no one to blame but themselves. You got to be more clinical. And Portugal winning the group, real quick, do you believe in them? I don't. I've said this many times.
I think they've had like pretty good performances. Like they've impressed me because I thought they were gonna be like a moments team. You know, Fernando Santos teams are not teams that, you know, dominate teams. I feel like they've done a decent job of creating chances. And Ronaldo I think Ronaldo has played well. Obviously, Bruno has been their best player.
I think Ronaldo's been god awful.
The first 2 games, I think he's been alright. I think he's always been a third.
The first game, okay. In the first half, he did nothing. In fact, let alone did nothing.
He should have scored that goal. That was a goal, though.
He had opportunity in 1-on-1, and he scores he had a bad first touch, which brings the goalkeeper in it. And then another on a corner kick, I think, or a cross. He had a tap and header a couple years ago. He just gets out in the sleep.
Yeah, you can see glimpses of.
And then the second half,
his decline.
The only thing he did is he flopped for the penalty. And he scored it. Don't get me wrong. He flopped and earned the penalty. But then I thought
I agree with that. But in the first half, the referee took away. Like he said, he pushed off. I don't think that was enough. I don't think so.
I thought it was enough.
I don't think that was a foul. I agree with the second one is a flop.
I thought it was enough for it to not be inconclusive to change it with VAR. They got to stay with the call on the field. I thought it was not inclusive.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but if I had to make a call, like let's say there was no decision on the field, I would say that's a goal. But anyways, I think they performed well, and if Bruno can keep it up, they'll be.
Me personally, I thought they were a moments team, like they were always have been under Fernando Santos against Uruguay. Don't think they really dominated that game. Maybe they had a lot of possession, but they didn't create that many chances as a whole against Uruguay. Against South Korea, I'm not really going to judge them because of the fact that they changed 5 or 6 people. But even then, I thought Ronaldo was god awful when he played. But besides for that, I'm not really going to judge them. And against Ghana, I thought they dominated stretches of the game for sure. But Ghana is
I have a concern about them.
But Ghana is not a good team. And the fact Inaki Williams was a slip away from equalizing.
Defensively, I think there could be they could be had for sure.
I've been saying Fernando Santos, he's a very, very good defensive struggler, pragmatic coach. Okay. And I think that there's a reason for that. Because I don't think Portugal's backline is good enough for you to completely open up and play the way that the lineup that they played against Ghana and play that against the good teams. They will get got. They're going to have to, like, once they start playing, like, look, quarterfinal Switzerland, that's going to be a very, very tough game. But if they get past it, once they play to Spain, they're going to have to get back to their Fernando Santos ways. If they really think they can make a deep run. Because defensively,
they have a choice against Spain.
That back four is awful.
Spain will always dominate the ball anyways.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That kind of plays into their hands. But and also I feel like they need to maybe put Leao back into the lineup because you need someone who's going to stretch the field. Like maybe Joao Felix back to the bench because you need a different player. You don't just need technical players like Bruno and Bernard.
Ronaldo.
Oh. It might be time, but
they'll never do it.
I think it'll happen like when it actually lets him down, like when they lose because of him. Well, actually, they don't have to make a choice because
when they lose because of him, they'll be retired. They'll be out of the World Cup.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They won't do it before it actually lets him down. Yeah.
There's no games he'll be benched. But not this World Cup.
Yeah. So assuming that Leao should go in for Felix.
Leao should go in Felix. Yeah. I don't think they should play Nuno Mendes. I think they should play Rafael Guerreiro.
He got injured, so he's out.
When? He did? Against
Uruguay? He tore his... No, I don't know if he tore something, but like he's out for the tournament. That's how Guerreiro came on.
When did I hear about that?
In the Uruguay game.
It was during the... No, Uruguay game he didn't even start.
I'm pretty sure he did.
No. He started against... Rafael Guerreiro started against Ghana, and then Nuno Mendes...
No, I'm saying Nuno Mendes is out, not Guerreiro.
Yeah. Nuno Mendes. He got hurt during the Uruguay game? Okay, yeah. They're probably going to have to go with Guerreiro and Cancelo then. And then... I
think Nuno Mendes is better defensively. Like, if you want someone who's going to, put good...
I thought you just said he's hurt.
Yeah, I know, but like, if they're going to play him, it would be like when they're more defensive. Against Ghana, they wanted to go attacking. That's why they had, a lot of... more inventive players in midfield and at fullback, at left back. So, anyways, I think Portugal are doing decent, but Ronaldo is always a concern.